Let me speak to Burkina Faso's sovereignty.
Welcome, lovely people. It's your boy Accusations, and welcome to Richmond's Media, where we give you quality content, geopolitical news, and entertainment news. We also talk about what is trending around the world. Now, let me take you straight back to Kenya. Yes, that was Kenya. You see, Kenya is beautiful. Now, General Michael Langley has come out to say something about our Ibrahim, the man of the soil, the son of the soil, Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso. If you all remember, about 3 weeks ago, General Michael Langley made some accusation about the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré.
The Belt and Road.
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traoré and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across.
And this turned the Africans' youth upside down.
Africa! Africa must be free! Hands up, Africa! Africa must be free! Walk with Traoré! Africa must unite!
The African youth was like, nah, we stand with Traoré. We stand with Traoré, and we are going to stand with Traoré till thy kingdom come. Protest was happening in South Africa, protest was happening in America, in London, you name them, Italy, all the countries that you can think of. Any country that Africans were, you could hear them protesting for our beloved, the son of the soil, Ibrahim Traoré. Now, there is this AFRICOM chief conference happening in Kenya, Nairobi.
At HOT 2025 in Nairobi, military leaders from across Africa and the United States will meet to address how military operations are evolving.
So as AFRICOM with our partners, when we sit down and start planning how to achieve stability, we do that step by step, and we're all ears listening to everybody's enduring solution to get back to the stability.
Michael Langley happened to be in Kenya, and he was granted an interview. Now, based on the interview, he said some things about Burkina Faso that people are saying, General Michael Langley is trying to take a U-turn. Based on the things that he said before, and based on the things that he is saying right now, people are saying, you are trying to seek public sympathy from the Africans, and we are not going to grant you that. But before we react to that, one may ask, what is the AFRICOM? What is the purpose of this organization? Now, when we talk about the AFRICOM, it involves military. Now, their main goal is to come to Africa and sustain stability. To sustain stability.
The forum provides a space for dialogue, collaboration, and strategic planning, focused on regional security, interoperability, and adapting to a changing defense landscape. HOT 2025 is where planning meets progress.
Their main goal is defense landscape. So they deploy strategies to help and protect the borders, the region, the countries, the states in Africa. That is their main goal. But we already know that there is another thing behind it. This organization, they train militaries. And sometimes when they train the militaries, they give them some tasks to do. Now, it has been alleged that General Michael Langley trained the military leader of Guinea, who is now the president of Guinea. He organized a coup.
In the last decade, how many Africans has the United States military trained and equipped?
Congressman, I don't have that figure. I can get that figure for you.
Ballpark, just, how many?
Congressman, it would be a wild guess, right?
Seems like something we should know, right?
Over the years, we have trained a substantial number, especially in the Gulf of Guinea states, but including
like more than 10,000.
It is more than 10,000.
More than 50,000.
I say we're reaching around 50,000 at least.
And what percentage of the people we've trained end up participating in insurrections or coups against their own government?
Very small number, Congressman. Very small number.
So what percentage do you think?
I'd say Probably less than 1%.
But it does happen.
The IMEC program is in force, and we've pushed a significant number through our schools across the.
Yeah, and what data sets do you track to arrive at the conclusion that less than 1% of the roughly 50,000 that we've trained have participated in coups? Because it'd be like about 500, about 1% of 50,000.
Congressman, you may have that information. I don't at this time, but I know.
Well, I know there are some, right? Like go ahead and throw up that image. This is Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, and this is a photo of him. Did we train and equip him in Guinea?
And Michael Langley has been already cautioned about this in the United States of America. They were like,
by name, I cannot identify that.
Well, that guy in the middle with the big red hat, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, that's him with a bunch of U.S. service members outside of our embassy. And just months after this photo was taken in 2021, he led a coup in Guinea and threw out the leader. Does that concern you?
Congressman, core values is what we start off with in IMA programs.
Do we share core values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Core values. I will repeat that. Core values. Respect for humanity.
Do we share those values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Absolutely. In our curriculum.
He led a coup.
You train Mamadi Doumbouya. And as a result of that, what happened from the military training is he organized a coup and now he is the president. So it has generated a lot of questions that, do they train these militaries to become their puppets or what? You train a military for this same military to become a president of Guinea. Now, this is where Ibrahim Traoré used the same thing, and this is where you draw the line saying that Ibrahim Traoré is using the natural resources of the country to protect himself and his military regime. It doesn't make sense. So when the USA was helping the Guinea president or Doumbouya to become the president, that one, it wasn't like that. He's not going to use the natural resources to protect his military and to protect himself? Or is it because this time around it is Russia who is providing military support, who is providing military equipment, who is maybe going to benefit from the resources? Is it why you are saying that Ibrahim Traoré is using the gold and the diamond and the uranium to protect himself and his military? So he was asked a question regarding this statement that he made during that conference, and according to General Michael Langley, he still stands where he stands. Although he took some U-turn saying that Burkina Faso, they are doing well, they are sovereignty, and if you have a sovereignty, you have the right to join any military, you have the right to seek any military support from any country that you want. He said a whole lot of things, but we are going to break everything down and then you will tackle it step by step. But according to what people are saying is that General Michael Langley made a U-turn on his stance regarding Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traoré. He goes on to admit that indeed a lot of great things are happening for the people of Burkina Faso.
Rule rather than for public welfare. These remarks sparked widespread condemnation across the continent. What did you mean by that statement?
Let me speak to Burkina Faso's sovereignty. They maintain their sovereignty. They make their decisions how they use their resources. They make their decisions who their resources go to for military support. That's their sovereign right. But my cautionary tale was just from a military perspective. That was a Senate Armed Services Committee asking me a direct question. Burkina Faso, a lot of great things going on to progress them forward, okay? But then when you look at the military part of it, knowing that that's the epicenter of global terrorism.
Now, let's pause here. When we talk about global terrorism, from the Sahel, from Boko Haram, from Al-Qaeda, from these, there's this assertion that all these terrorist activities are being sponsored by the West. So think about it. As you have been already said, as you guys have been saying, Africa is poor. Do you think that Africans, they have money to go and sponsor these terrorists? They don't have money to sponsor these terrorists. So yeah, it is the West who is sponsoring them. So if right now Ibrahim Traoré is seeking help from Russia, and you are saying that, oh, because of that is going to cause this, who are sponsoring these terrorists?
It was my time to illuminate that this is probably their weakest point, and there needs to be sufficient resources going towards for the whole fight of terrorism in that country, period. They make their decisions, though. That's their sovereignty, their sovereign right to make their decisions, what is appropriate, what's not. But I wanted to illuminate that it's going in the wrong direction now. ISIS is getting stronger. JNIM is getting stronger. Al-Qaeda in the lands of the Maghreb is getting stronger in that country.
There's this statement that Sahel revolutionary soldier made that it's like I am agreeing with whatever he said, and I want to share with you. He said, "Be in no doubt, comrades, General Langley's backtracking on TV last night was in no way sincere. He only said what he said yesterday about concern and care for peace in Africa because of the backlash in African streets. He knew he had to adapt damage limitation. He understood he needed to give in an interview to an African news network to pretend to Africans that they care when they don't." His first statement about the situation deteriorating in Faso since Traoré came to power shows a continual lack of contribution and desire to lie in order to advance the cause of his matters. Langley is a classic house negro. So these are some of the comments that people are making. So going to the wrong direction is them associating themselves with Russia or what? Because think about it. If they associated themselves with the USA, would he be saying the same thing that he said? Or is he trying to say that Russians cannot help them fight against terrorists? Is it only USA that will be able to help them fight against terrorism? So ladies and gentlemen, this is what he said. Me, I don't agree with some of the things because there is this assertion that the West are sponsoring Al-Qaeda, they are sponsoring Boko Haram, they are sponsoring Al-Qaeda's Boko Haram, all these terrorist activities. Where are they getting their money from? Where are they getting their money from? And is he trying to say that, oh, Russia cannot provide military equipment for Burkina Faso and the Sahel states to protect themselves from terrorists? Unless maybe whilst Russia is supporting the Sahel state or regime, the other West people will also be supporting the terrorism with equipment to fight against these Sahel states. So yeah, you were coming out from your military perspective and you were trying to help a brother, but the way you said it is where the issue is. Using the gold for himself to protect himself, that comment is where the Africans youth are not agreeing with. But yeah, it seems like the youth are not happy about the U-turn he just made, like, oh, Burkina Faso is doing good for themselves, like Captain Ibrahim is doing good and all that. They are not buying it. They are saying that now we are not buying it. It's a trap. And there's this question, why are these people coming to Kenya? Michael Langley visiting Kenya just after 2 weeks the president of Finland, Alex Stubb, visited Kenya. And I asked, what is happening in Kenya? Our Kenyan people should wake up. These guys don't love Africans. They are interested in our resources for their personal gain. Africans, it's about time that we know who our enemies are and who our friends are. Why are they visiting African? If you continue to say Africa is poor, Africa is this, Africa is that, but they are always coming there. If they were not benefiting, why would they be coming? So ladies and gentlemen, as I am talking to you right now, if you go to the X platform, the Kenyans or the Africans, they are throwing shade at, like, the way they are insulting General Michael Langley. No, I can't even read some of the comments here because I don't support, bad energy. I'm not gonna read some of the comments here, but they are saying that Kenyans had only one job. Kenyans, they had only one job to finish everything. Because Michael Langley is in the country, whilst he was doing the interview, they could umpire him. You know what I'm talking about. So they are saying that Kenyans, you had only one job. But I think this is a banter, you know what I'm talking about. Now, one funny thing about the Guinea coup is that when the current president, Mamadi Doumbouya, became the president of Guinea through coup, there was this assertion that the people jubilating, they were USA military, which means the USA army was supporting this guy. So everything was orchestrated for him to become the president, so they can use him. Allegedly, these are not my own words. But when it comes to Ibrahim Traore, this is where Americans are drawing the line. They are not even signing, they are drawing the line. Is that where you draw the line? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you can leave whatever you think about this video regarding Michael Langley, comments about Ibrahim Traore. The name has always been R6, and peace. I'm signing out.